We got up early the next morning and went back to the old Monterey cafe for breakfast. It was one of the few places that opened at 7 o'clock that morning, and besides, the food was great. Here's Marion at the old Monterey cafe, and here I am. Today, we were slowly going to start our way home. Our first stop was just 3 miles south of Carmel at Point Lobos State Reserve. Considered to be the crown jewel of California state parks, Point Lobos is loaded with rugged coastal scenery. Our first encounter with nature at Point Lobos would be on the Cypress Grove Trail. Here's a map of Point Lobos, and you can see that the trail is located at the upper part of the park. The trail starts out nice and level through some brush towards the cypress trees with the sea lions barking in the distance. But watch out for that brush. What's that old saying? Leaves of three, let them be. That's right, the brush is loaded with poison oak. No wonder the other signs say to stick to the trail. It doesn't take long for the coastal scenery on the trail to open up and become spectacular. This is looking at the Headland Cove. That white rock in the distance is known as Sea Lion Rock. Here's a picture of us on the trail and Sea Lion Rocks in the distance. Looking down at the rugged shoreline from our vantage point high above on the trail. Looking at the formation called the Pinnacle. On the same trail headed towards Cypress Cove. From there we decided to hike the Bird Island Trail, which is located in the southern part of the park. After a short but steep hike, you quickly come to the highlight of the Bird Island Trail, China Cove. Get there with the right lighting and the green waters are amazing. Here's a picture of Bird Island Rocks. And here's the hidden beach at China Cove. How you get down there? I couldn't figure it out. By then, we were starting to get hungry, so we drove back to Carmel by the sea and decided to stop off at a place called the Village Corner. It's located right on the corner of Dolores and 6th Avenue. There we split a delicious breakfast burrito. It just seemed to be the thing to have at that time. After that, we hopped back in the car and started driving south on scenic Highway 1 to Big Sur. Here's a few shots of some of the beautiful scenery we saw along the way. If you're going to drive Highway 1 here, your best bet is to do it heading south like we did. That way you'll be on the right side for the ocean view turnouts. Check out this house. Like they say in real estate, it's all about location, location, location. Coastline in some spots goes straight up and down. Unfortunately, road work prevented us from stopping to see the famous Bixby Bridge, but here are a few pictures from a previous trip. You might recognize the bridge from its popular use in automobile commercials. This picture is looking back at the bridge and the scenery. I borrowed a couple of these pictures off the internet to show that we stopped at Julia Pfeiffer Burns State Park. Here you'll find McQuay Falls. Falls drop 80 feet onto the beach or tide below. It is one of the only 2 falls in California to do that. I've seen this view a lot of times on calendars. I don't think you can legally get down there without a lot of rock scrambling, which is too bad, because I think it'd be really cool to walk under behind those falls. Soon we were back on the road and heading south on Highway 1. It wasn't long after that when we first saw our destination, Morro Rock, in the distance. I was already making plans to get up early the next morning to get a picture of it in the morning light. After checking into our motel, we headed across town to the Thai Elephant restaurant for some dinner. Here's a picture of Marion at the Thai Elephant restaurant. And here I am. And here's a picture of our cashew nut chicken and pad see ew, some of the best we've ever had. On the way back to our motel, we passed by this retro-looking antique store. Too bad it was closed, because I would have loved to have seen what the inside of it looked like. After that, we went home for a good night's sleep. I was already anticipating getting pictures of Morro Rock in the morning. That morning, we got up especially early to catch Morro Rock bathed in the morning glow of sunrise. This Getty image picture is what I fully expected to see. But then reality stepped in, and this is what I got. Fog thicker than pea soup, or should I say sea poop. Trust me, Morro Rock is in this picture. You can just barely see the top of it. But we weren't going to let a little fog spoil our day, so we headed over to Carla's Country Kitchen to grab us a hearty breakfast. The minute I saw this sign on the wall in the restaurant, I knew I was in the right place. Here's a picture of Marion at Carla's Country Kitchen. And here I am. And here's my biscuits and gravy, along with eggs, hash browns, and bacon. After that good hearty breakfast, we hopped in our car and drove the remaining 200 miles back to home. And that put an end to the trip and to this video.